The demand for some kind of reasonable change is also coming from lawmakers right here in Washington, D.C. The Congressional Black Caucus has asked President Biden for a meeting to talk about reasonable police reforms. And now you have the Memphis Police Department saying it's permanently deactivating the special unit to which the 5 former officers were assigned, saying this in the process of listening intently to the family of Tyre Nichols, community leaders, and the uninvolved officers. It is in the best interest of all to permanently deactivate the Scorpion unit. I want to bring in someone who is no stranger to fighting police abuse. Please welcome Democratic Congresswoman Maxine Waters of California. Congresswoman, it is very good to see you today, unfortunately, under these circumstances. I want to start here. You were very active in the fight against the LA Police Department in the Rodney King beating. That was almost 32 years ago. You have said that justice has not come easy, but shouldn't justice have come by now?
Absolutely. Well, thank you so very much for paying attention to the story today. I am absolutely angered. I am appalled. I am sick and tired of the killing of young Black men, in particular, but young Black and brown people everywhere. Yes, it has been a long time since I was engaged in the fight about Rodney King, but I took on the police chief in Los Angeles years ago. His name was Daryl Gates on the chokehold. We keep fighting, we keep begging, we keep doing everything that we possibly can. Yes, we have the Criminal Justice Reform Act that we're still pushing. We were not able to get it in the last Congress because we don't have enough members who care enough about this issue. When you look at even 2 Democrats, Manchin, of course, and of course that woman from Arizona, they don't give a darn about this issue. They would rather have the power to determine what happens in the Senate by using their 2 votes for themselves than anything else. So I would like to be optimistic. I would like to say, yes, this time something is going to happen. Nothing is going to happen until the people in the streets continue to protest and to rally, and our numbers grow, and we elect the elected officials who care about this issue. I'm saddened by it. I'm grieving just like his family.
I think there are a lot of people out there that share your sentiment, that they don't have a lot of hope in Congress. But we now know that the Congressional Black Caucus requested a meeting with President Biden about police violence. You know well more than I what the work that the CBC did to get the executive order that the president signed last May. And we're going to just put up on the screen a few things from that executive order. It called for respecting the dignity of all people through more thorough investigations of misconduct, better discipline, and also a better look at who is being hired and promoted in police departments. It's my understanding from members of the leadership team at the CBC that there is a leadership meeting today, that there is a belief that there's more that President Biden could do via executive order. What else would you like to see the president do?
Well, first of all, our new chair of the Congressional Black Caucus, Mr. Horsford, is very focused on this issue. And yes, he has led the request that we're making to the president to meet with him, and the president will do that. And he's expressed sincere anger and thoughts about what has happened, and he's doing everything that he possibly can. But we need the bully pulpit to continue. We need him to make this a priority issue. But in the final analysis, if we're to get a national issue on police reform, it's got to come out of the Congress. It's got to be the House of Representatives and the Senate, where we get the vote. That's extraordinarily important. And I'm sure that Biden will continue to focus on the issue and to pressure the legislators to do the right thing. So all of these things are going to happen, but will it result in what we want? And that is stop killing young Black men and women in this country. Of course, it has been going on historically, going on for too long. And I want to tell you, to hear George Floyd and then to hear Tyre Nichols beg for their moms at the point that they've been beaten to death, We can't take it anymore. And I'm going to say to Black and brown mothers, let's lead this fight. Let's get in front of it. Let's be in the protest. Let's demand meetings with legislators and with city councils who are in charge of the budgets of these police. Let them stop giving them everything that they want, all of the everything that they get additional overtime. They get their pay raises. They get everything they ask for because nobody wants to be called anti-police. Come on, local city councils, let's deal with that budget. And for these police associations that will protect cops,
the police associations, yes, ma'am, yes. They are we could do a whole show on the police associations themselves. I'm speaking with the chairman of the Memphis City Council after I speak with you, and I plan to get into this in the nitty-gritty. We'll be watching from that meeting what comes of the potential meeting with President Biden and what comes out of the CBC. I want to get your thoughts. You are the ranking member of the Financial Services Committee in the House. Speaker McCarthy was on this morning. He made the rounds. And this is what he had to say on CBS Face the Nation about the debt ceiling and his meeting with President Biden.
Our whole government is designed to find compromise. I want to find a reasonable and a responsible way that we can lift the debt ceiling but take control of this runaway spending. I mean, if you look at the last 4 years, the Democrats have increased spending by 30%, $400 billion. We're at 120% of GDP. We haven't been in this place to debt since World War II.
Speaker McCarthy will meet with President Biden this week. You had this new poll today from NBC News. It's up on the screen. And the poll underscores that many Americans believe the Republican-led House will be too inflexible in dealing with the president. Briefly, Congresswoman, just how confident are you that the country won't default here?
Well, let me just say we all should be very leery and suspicious of whatever McCarthy has to say. And of course, we have his caucus is now controlled by the right wing, like Marjorie Taylor Greene. And so they want to show that they can harm us. They want to cut some of our most important programs. I don't trust them on Social Security. I don't trust them on Medicare. I don't trust them on housing. And they're wanting to negotiate some cuts in order to support raising that debt limit. Well, they ought to just do what is right so that we can pay our bills. We spent this money and we don't want to default. We don't want to be shown as poor people to apply, poor governments rather, to have credit. We have got to raise the debt limit. They've got to stop playing political games. They've got to come together with us. We cannot default. We cannot cause our economy to fall, to collapse. We cannot have seniors basically harmed because we don't raise the debt limits. I don't trust them. We're going to push them very hard. We're going to push very hard for them to do the right thing and show that they're real patriots and that they want to protect this country.
All right. Well,
and this
I believe you're going to push. We'll be watching to see what happens. Congresswoman Maxine Waters, thank you very much for your time.
You're so welcome. Thank you.